Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, today in this video I will give some conclusion from a book, namely the book An Introduction to Second Language Research Methods in the chapter 3. So, this section explains that data collection instruments are important tools in the research process because it is through this instrument that researchers can turn ideas and researchers' questions into evidence that can be analyzed. Data is the bridge between theory and practice. Without valid and reliable data, research cannot make meaningful contributions. The author explains that data collection instruments include various forms, both those that generate quantitative data, such as multiple choice or numerical questionnaires, and qualitative, such as interview or journals. The choice of data type and instrument should be based on the researcher's objectives and questions. It is also important to understand that each instrument has its own strengths and limitations. Therefore, a combination of several instruments or triangulation is often used to gain a more thorough understanding of the phenomenon under study. Chapter 7 Data from Questionnaires. These captures explain that questionnaires are one of the most commonly used data collection tools in the language research due to their ease or efficiency in reaching respondents. Questionnaires can be closed-end questions to generate quantitative data or open-ended questions that allow for qualitative explorations. The author emphasized that the importance of paying attention to clarity of question, neat layout and logical arrangement of question in order to minimize respondent bias and confuse. In addition, the chapter also highlights the importance of pilot testing to improve the validity and reliability of the questionnaire before it is used in the main research. The questionnaire should also be tailored to the objectives of the study and the characteristics of the respondents so that the results are relevant and can be analyzed effectively. And the chapter 8 data from interviews. Interviews are present as a data collection method that allow researchers to delve deeper into participant thoughts, feelings, or motivations. This capture distinguishes a type of interview based on the level of structures, semi-structures, and open-ended. Each type has advantage and disadvantage depending on the research objectives. The author emphasized that the importance of a good interpersonal relationship between the researchers and the participant so that the data obtained is authentic and honest. Techniques such as the use of open-ended questions, probing, and active listening are essential to improve data quality. Validity in interview can be strengthened through triangulation techniques and data verification by third parties or the participant themselves. Interview also requires skills in transcriptions and in-depth analysis. And then chapter 9, data from observation. Observations is described as a very useful method for recording real behavior in natural contexts such as classroom. This chapter discusses various approaches to observation, including participatory and non-participatory observation, as well as techniques such as sitting maps, field notes, and video recordings. The author emphasized that observation requires careful planning to ensure that the data obtained is relevant to the research questions. Another important aspect is transparency regarding the researcher's position as an insider or outsider, as this affects the interpretation of the data. Validity in observation is achieved through careful and consistent note-taking and through triangulation with data from other sources such as interview or questionnaires. And for the last capture, data from diaries and journals. This capture discussed the use of journals and diaries as source of reflective data in qualitative research. Diaries allow participants or researchers to record experience, thought, and emotion in a personalized and a contextualized way, which can provide deep insight into the learning process or attitude change. Although subjective and not necessarily representative of objective truth, data from journals can provide important evidence in exploratory research, especially when combined with other methods. The author also suggests the use of guidelines or prompts in journal writing to keep the writing focused on the research topic. Validity and ethics are major concerns in using journals as a data due to their highly personal nature. So the point of the entire section on data collection instruments is data is a key element in second language research, as it forms the basis for answering researchers' question and bridging the theory with practice. And the selection of data collection instruments should be tailored to the purpose and approach of the research, whether it is quantitative or qualitative or mixed. Each type of instrument, questionnaires, interview, observation, and journal diaries, has its own advantage and limitation. Questionnaires are suitable for capturing data from many respondents quickly. Interviews are useful for in-depth explorations, and observation enable understanding of behavior in real context. And journal provide a reflective insight into personal experience. Data validity and reliability and triangulation are highly emphasized so that the research results have credibility. Researchers are expected to be able to select, design, and manage instruments appropriately so that the data collected actually supports a valid interpretation and conclusion in the research. So that's all my presentation. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.